Wilton, your frustration was pretty visible there, especially on that first false start. What is it like to basically end a game on that kind of those plays?
Well, it wasn't any frustration towards Boss or any of the offensive line. Just the circumstance of what happened. Obviously, I should not have shown that. Just such a heat of the moment type situation with the crowd and everything. So, credit to the fans at Arizona State for making it a hostile environment, especially on that last drive.
Can you walk us through that last drive? So I think you guys kind of get it going a little bit on first down, and then you got sacked on second down.
No, it was a 9-yard Dakota.
Yeah. Or what do you remember about that last drive?
What he said. Two completions, I think, in a row, and then I was trying to get out of the pocket. It was almost a fumble. I got the ball back. Some penalties, and came up short.
How frustrating is that to be in position, start a drive, and then just kind of have it fall apart a little bit?
Yeah, it's very frustrating, yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about Caleb today? It looked like he took advantage of his mismatch over the middle of the field.
Yeah, that kid, I've been lucky enough to play with a lot of good teammates, a lot of great teammates and weapons. Jake Butt comes to mind as, I think he was a Mackey Award as the tight end award. He was the best tight end in the country for probably 3 years straight. And Caleb does so many things that remind me of Jake Butt. He's not a freak. He's not, gifted more than anyone else out on the field like a lot of times guys are. He's just shifty and he's sneaky and he understands the game of football. And you can tell when he runs his routes, even when he's in his blocking techniques, the game is just slow to him. It's not too much for him to handle, and that was awesome today because he and I are kind of on the same wavelength. We worked together a lot this offseason, and I think he's got everyone's respect on the team to the utmost, and it's just fun to play with a guy like that.
Was there some parts of the game plan that saw some softness, like inside on their zone, where you could find some spots?
Well, with Herm Edwards being their head coach, and if you look at his background, he was in Tampa Bay when Monty Kiffin was the defensive coordinator and kind of invented that Tampa 2. And so, you saw it on film and you saw a lot of the same tendencies, a lot of Tampa 2, and if you look at the X's and O's and the spacing of the field in Tampa 2, kind of in the middle is where you attack it. And, this week I watched, because Lovie Smith was there as well, I watched the Super Bowl between the Colts and the Bears, and the Bears, made Peyton Manning check the ball down or throw something underneath if Peyton was going to beat him, and that's what he did a lot of. And I kind of had that same mindset going into today's matchup.
Well, you guys had a lot of good, efficient drives, but then you had the one that was stopped on the 4th down, and then the tip pass. How much did that just momentum changers after having a nice drive in that fashion twice?
4th and 1's obviously tough, and that's going to give them a lot of momentum. As well as the tipped interception. We had the look we wanted, and I think it went off their defensive end's hands, and then the corner just made an incredible catch, caught it with his fingertips off his own shoelace. So, but the good thing that we can build off of is I think the next drive we came back and we scored a touchdown after that interception, moved the ball down the field with ease through the air on the ground, and that's a positive that you take away from a couple mistakes here and there that myself and a couple other guys on offense made. So.
Is there some feeling that maybe if you hadn't been hurt in that first game, like where this season could be and where the offense could be?
Yeah, I don't like to think about what ifs. That's not the type of life I like to live. It's not enjoyable, the what if life. But I do think that with this team and the talent that we have and stuff, a lot of games could have gone differently. And you kind of kick yourself for that, but at the same time, we know we have a big week this week versus the crosstown rival. I'm very excited to get my first taste of that. I had a lot of great rivalries at Michigan, specifically the Ohio State rivalry, and I'm excited to experience this one too.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
coach.
coach.